Hi, and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. This is episode 105. Um, I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Nitty.
And I'm Allena, aka Starnets. Today is March 25th. This is our weekly podcast. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you're a returning listener slash watcher, thank you for coming back.
So grab your knitting and craft along with us. All right.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
Mojo, finished objects. Do you have any?
I do. Surprise, surprise.
Cool.
I have my order mission finished.
Yay!
It's not blocked. I finished it at the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet
Mm-hmm.
show and pinned it out and took pictures. And then I figured I can't um, post to the forum pictures with my phone. So
Yeah.
I quick texted Jessica and had her do it for me. So she turned it in for me. And it turned out really good. And then I wore
It
this
looked really
the
cool.
next day ruffly. And I don't like ruffles. I felt like a silly person wearing it with ruffles, and that's just me. But when I had it blocked, when I had it pinned out, it would be good. But I just haven't had time to
It looked
block it. But
really
I
cool.
really like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out amazing.
It
So
did.
done.
Yay!
Not blocked.
All right.
That's all.
So I made some
How about you?
cowls for the girls. I think I talked about Chloe's last week or 2 weeks ago. I probably could have like pared it down because it's for the kids, but I didn't. I just followed the pattern. But they like them. They've been wearing them. So this is Chloe's, and then this one's Leah's.
Cool. Now, were those two different skein, not skeins, but rovings?
Yeah, this is what it was. 2 braids of fiber, and like the one was yellow and gray and orange and gray, and then this lighter blue color. And then the other skein was red and yellow and like dark gray and dark blue, which is like the bottom half of this. So I split them
Okay.
all up color wise, and then I put different things together, and it was fun. I like the way that this one turned out. It's like gradient ish.
Yeah, that is really cool.
But this one also it goes from dark to light. So they're fun. It's easy. I think I did Leah's in like a day and a half. It's the bandana cowl on big needles with chunky yarn or bulky yarn, so it goes fast. I also finished Minute. Did not bring the blanket down here because it is already on Leah's bed, but I turned it in and everything, so that's good. Did you just say I suck?
No, I was swearing at myself.
Oh.
You got it on record. The only thing that makes me swear is stubbing my toes and knitting. Especially when you knit with the end
Yeah.
that's not attached to the
Oh.
ball.
Yeah, that does
It's
suck.
okay. I'll just join later on.
I
I'm gonna
also
roll with it.
finished the pair of socks I was knitting for my swap partner. And I sent it out so I don't have it to show you.
Well, that sucks.
They were cool though.
I'm just kidding.
I can find a picture, I suppose.
No, that's totally cool.
Let me see.
Did your swap partner get her swap package yet?
She did. Oops.
Oh, so can you tell us who it is?
It was
Oh,
Evil
they turned out.
Michelle, but this was out of
Oh, cool.
the Knit Picks Felici Kingpin, I think was the colorway. It's discontinued, so if you don't have it already, you're kind of screwed.
Too bad.
I, on the other hand, have 4 more balls of it because I liked it, and or maybe I only have 2. I think 2
And
more
for the
balls.
right price, she'll
Right,
sell
they
it
were
to you.
like way on sale. They were cheap, so I like got a whole box of like that kind of sock yarn. which was good. No, but I really liked him. I just did a 2x2 ribbing on the top and then on the leg. Um, but yeah, and Evil Michelle was my swap partner, and she liked everything. So, yay. Oh shoot, I think that's all I have for things. I forgot my tablet, so I have to look on my phone for our show notes.
Oh,
Yep, that's it.
works in progress is next. What are you working on?
Nothing.
You suck.
I have like
I mean,
nothing.
really, you do.
You know,
Big time.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I might start a hat if I can't stand to not work
Whatever.
on anything for the next week.
I've only been trying to get Order of the Serpent first class for like every term I've been in Slytherin, and I haven't gotten it yet. I suck.
No, you don't.
But I pulled out my Shalom cardigan and actually started working on it again.
Yay.
I really don't think I'm going to finish this detention owl.
How far do you have to go? Did you finish your other one?
No.
Hmm.
I'm going to talk about that in a second.
Okay.
I have to go down to my hips because this is like here. So I have maybe 10 inches on that, and then I have to do the sleeves. But
I thought those
okay.
are only short sleeve.
The pattern is, but I want to make it longer because I'm not really a short sleeve person.
Oh, I see.
She says that she's wearing short sleeve shirts, but I mean like for sweaters.
Yeah. You never know. You might like it.
If I have enough yarn, I wanted to go all the way with the sleeves. But if I don't have enough yarn, they're going to be like quarter length or 3/4 lengths.
Yeah.
But I bound off this one. Can I just say, 5 inches of freaking ribbing takes forever.
It does.
Almost as bad as the twisted ribbing in the Shalom cardigan. Not as bad though, but almost.
I like twisted rib.
So it looks kind of short, but I put it on and it looks okay on. Like it needs to be blocked a little bit because it's kind of like wonky, you know? But that's good. So I just have to do the sleeves. And I didn't start them because I finished this when I was at the hotel this past Saturday.
Okay.
And I didn't start the sleeves because I didn't have my Elizabeth Zimmerman book with me. And because I wanted to know like the actual ratio, like how many rounds you knit even before you decrease. So I didn't start that. So that's when I started working on my Shalom cardigan. So
that's cool though.
You know, that's where I am. I don't think I'm going to get done with my owl, but that's okay. If I can get 6 classes in, I can get Order of the Serpent's second class, which is not as bad as Order of the Serpent, Silent, and Lethal, which is what I've been getting the past couple of times, because I never get 6 classes in the middle month. I always miss, but this term, I did.
That's good.
In the middle month, which was a short month, and I got 6 classes.
So how
and
many?
That was without any sewing classes turned in on
So
February.
you have 5 classes turned in already?
No, I have 1.
So you're looking at getting
For
6
March?
classes done for March?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Okay. But you don't think you can finish your
things.
owl? Oh, I suppose so.
No. I can do small things.
Okay.
And turn them in. I don't know. I give up. Like you know me. Like if I'm not gonna be able to do something, I'm just like screw it, and I give up.
You just
So
save
right
them for another detention owl. Like.
Yeah, but they only do that the winter term, and I
Oh.
want these sweaters for winter. I don't know. I don't care. Let's move on to spinning, because I actually have spinning.
Okay, go ahead.
So I got last weekend was the Homespun Yarn Party. The weekend before that was the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Show. Now, at the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Show, I knew some people. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Just a minute. I knew some people who I met, some vendors that I met at the Indie Knit and Spin in Pittsburgh in November last year. The one I met, her name is Gwen, and she does Gwen and Aaron.
Okay.
And she like gets fleeces and then processes them or sends them to be processed and then dyes them for
Very cool.
spinning. And she has other stuff too. Like if you go to her website. But at the Indie Knit and Spin in November, I wanted to get some, but I didn't. So then at the Pittsburgh Knit Crochet Show, I said, it's my birthday and tax return time has come and I didn't get a birthday present because my birthday is actually in January. So I spent it at the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Show. So I'm just showing you this one. I got other stuff. I'll talk about it in random randomness. But I got this one. I already split it in half to spin it.
It's beautiful.
So I got this one. It's super bright. And it's Falkland, because you know how much I love Falkland. And it's called Lime Spritzer. So I got it. But
Very
I
cool.
got it with in mind this roving, which is from Younger Yarn called Don't Drink the Kool-Aid. And this is Rambouillet, which is all fancy. It has a U and an I in it. So I started spinning it. And I'm like this far with it. Like, look how bright that is. Okay, that's like too bright.
It's pretty.
Okay.
It's
See
very.
how bright that
It
green
looks like
is?
Kelly green to me, right?
It's like acid Kelly green.
Okay.
Like Kelly green on acid, because it's got a little bit of lime in there. So it's going to match that roving. So I'm doing a mashup, and I'm just kind of spinning it. It'll probably be worsted weight by the time I'm done. But yeah, I'm actually spinning, and I'm like in a good mood because I haven't spun for a month.
I spun too. Are you
Okay, what are you
have
spinning?
more to go?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, first I wanted to test out the newer Rolex that I was making. Plus, I had wanted to make some yarn for a friend.
That's a likely story, but go on.
But I wanted to test it out, like to see how it is. You have to spin yours too, just so that I know.
I will. They're up next. Oh, I like that. That's pretty.
So it's like blue and teal, and I forget what's all in it. I think Cormo and Merino and Bamboo, Firestar. Anyways, they were pretty cool. They were good. I noticed because I spin faster, like I took each one and I kind of pre-drafted it a little.
Okay.
And it went a little nicer that way. So I don't know when you spin yours, see. I mean, you can spin it the other way too. Oh no, I pre-drafted it and then it was a lot easier to do long draw because I wanted it fluffy and light. I haven't washed this yet. So yeah, that's what I did for long draw. But you can just spin it like normal. And then I finished that, so I got out this spun right round fiber. Did you get me this one for Christmas, or did you get me a different color? I took the braid of fiber apart and split it into colors again, and then I spun it so it was like, oh, you can't see that gray. Gradient-ish.
That's really pretty.
I know. I like it a lot. And it's like super springy. It's BFL, but it's oh so soft. And it smells good. I think I'm going to make a hat. Actually, I'll have it go that way.
Tie it around and wear it like that for the rest of the podcast.
I will.
Awesome. Turbans are us.
So anyway, so I like that. And I spun that one up really fast too because it was chunky. So what I did, I took all the colors. So I had the teal, the gray, and the pink, and I split them up. And then I wanted to two-ply it with like a ball, like center pull ball. So I took and split the pink and the teal in half. And I spun half of the pink, half of the teal, all the gray, the teal and the pink, and then when you apply them from
Okay.
both ends, it like matches them up
Apply its
pretty
color.
much.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and I like that. That's what I did with Leah's cowl too. How I got the gradient that way. But that's like my new favorite thing to do now. I like, sometimes
What?
with
Cowls or
no
spinning chunky?
spinning, like keeping the colors together. Because sometimes you lose so much when you ply things together, or I mean, you can fractal spin them or what. I don't know. It's just been fun to do that. So that's all I've spun. Um, I've been spending a lot of
That's more than
time
I've spun, so.
making Rolex.
But that's what inspired me to start spinning and spin bulkier.
Yeah,
It's your spinning right there that you're wearing.
that's cool. Um, so I've been making some Rolex. Helga Calicu asked me if I could make some purple ones for her to buy. So I made some.
So pretty.
Oh, the lighting's bad. There we go. But
No, I like them.
I made some. Made a bunch more, but I didn't bring them down here or anything. But yeah,
Cool.
that's about it.
Sewing.
Nothing.
I have lots of sewing. Really, really do. I pretty much sold a whole month, and I finally today went through, and the ones I actually took pictures of and turned in, because there was some that I didn't take pictures of.
Yeah,
I turned in like 67 for astronomy.
that's insane.
It is. And now you know why I haven't done anything, why I'm not going to finish my owl. But it was good. So I turned in 67, I think it was, or 76. Something like that. There was a 7 and a 6 in there. You'd have to go to the astronomy and turn it. But I Googled to turn it in because, like you had to make it work for the equator. So what I did is I Googled fruits of the equator, and that kind of just showed fruit. And then I Googled picking fruit of the equator, and that just showed like picking strawberries. And then it was like dumb. And then I Googled agriculture near the equator, and some really cool pictures came up. And I found one where these people were picking coffee beans
Ooh,
or berries,
berries.
and they're like pretty red. And they had like a basket that they were holding and they were picking them into it. So I used that picture, and it linked to a whole website about equator
Very cool.
coffee picking. And then I saw another picture where they were like planting. There was all these women in beautiful like African dresses, and they were like so pretty, and they were getting planting, like bending over. It was just really pretty. I mean, of course it was set up, but it was a really pretty picture.
Yeah,
So I used that one too. But I just said like my bags, you could use them to collect fruit, and it would make you happier because they're happier and they're prettier than a plain old basket, stuff like that.
very cool.
Did I freeze there for a
A
minute?
little bit. Hopefully it'll be okay.
Sorry.
Um,
But anyway, so I turned that in, and that's all the sewing that I've done.
I need to go back and look at our planning podcast, but also see where I plan to put things because I think I just made things and didn't even plan it. So I haven't turned anything in yet, except for my new.
Well,
But I
I
have
figured I
questions.
should probably turn stuff in while I was sitting here
No, that's a good idea.
vegging. So, gym. How have you been doing on the gym?
Okay, I mean my goals were only like twice a week, so it's kind of lame, but you know.
It's better than not doing
I haven't done any
anything.
this week yet with our new goals, so I need to get on that. It's already Tuesday, but this week is
Yeah,
crazy.
you're telling me.
But that's it.
I have done nothing, so
Okay.
I cannot yell at anyone. But this is our last week of our challenge.
Finish strong, right? Yes.
So reach your goals, set them, and reach them.
Cool.
A randomness. We're like flying through the podcast,
I know.
and we haven't even podcasted for 2 weeks.
It's weird. It's because we're so busy, and I've done
I
nothing
know.
because I had to work on
Done a
that
lot.
blanket.
I know.
Anyways,
I'm so proud of you for finishing, but I also hate you a lot.
I'm sorry. No, my only thought was, great, now I have to make 2 more. Gabe's like, when are you gonna start the next one? And I'm like,
At
not
least a
until
month.
next month, but I'm still not sure if I want to do them in the summer months for a newt.
But now you have to because Leah and Chloe get everything. They got cowls and they got blankets.
I made Gabe socks a couple of months ago. Um, I know, I don't know. I was thinking of maybe doing one and then something else so I can like. No, I might as well just do them and get them out of the way, which sucks, but whatever.
You can always like when you're making them when they get too big. You know those coffee tables mom has or like the TV trays?
Yeah.
Put those in front of you and like drape them over that so they're not laying on your
No.
legs.
Well, I usually do it down in the basement, and it's pretty, well,
Okay.
it's cold down here during the winter, but it's also cold down here during the summer because it's
Okay.
not by all the sun and stuff. So it should be okay, hopefully.
Okay.
I'm not that I'm sick of it. They're easy and stuff, but I wanna, I wanna clean a fleece. Like, I wish that could be a class and not just advanced studies.
Well, maybe they'll have one like that. Didn't
Maybe
they
I
have
could do
one?
that for an order mission
Ooh, there you go.
because they always have the owl thing, right? Like
I
pretending
think
to be the
so.
owl student.
Sometimes they change it.
Oh, I thought they usually had that. Either way, um, I bought a fleece.
Another one.
Just well, I don't think I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. I just got it this
No,
week.
I mean as opposed to the ones you already have.
I've cleaned all the ones I have, and I've been using them.
Oh, well, you're like way far ahead of me. Not that I can talk because I have a couple of fleas still in the basement.
Um, Actually, I have a bunch of cormo that I need to dye up. That's all clean and stuff.
That's cool.
But yes, I bought. I've followed someone. Lori Brown is her name, I think, on Facebook. I forget how I first met her. Maybe through a different group on Ravelry. Either way, she has a farm and an Etsy shop, or she used to have an Etsy shop. But she was selling her fleece. They just did a shearing and selling her fleece on her website. Um, and I was looking on there, and she has a few different kinds. Most are like, oh, I forget what they were. The one I got was a border Leicester, which she said or maybe I had looked in the field guide to fleece and fiber. I can't even think
I
of what
know
that.
the
The big
fleece
book
and
of
fiber
fleeces.
source book.
Yes, there you go. I looked in there, and
It's our field guide. I'm totally calling it that from now on because we're explorers and we have a field guide.
our field guide to fleece. Anyways, I looked in there, and it says you pronounce it Lester, like the guy's name, like BFL, like the last. I always like called it like Leicester or something weird like that because it's like really long, but they say you
I always
pronounce it
called it
Lester.
Leicester.
So I got a border Lester fleece, and it is so pretty. And I was a little worried because it said it's not like the most. I mean, it's not like merino, and it's not like super soft. Doesn't have a high or a low micron count. Um, but it was like it's really soft. I washed up like just a few little samples. It's mostly like a brown and grayish color.
Yeah,
I haven't even opened it all
Leicester
the way up. I just
cross.
opened it up a little bit.
Yeah, I have one downstairs that I cleaned some of, and it is a brownish gray, brown and gray too, and it is really soft.
Yeah, I was impressed.
So,
So I would like to like wash that up. Well, I mean, it's not even warm here. We just had snow today. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but like I looked outside and I was like, really?
I
On
would like to
spring break.
wash
This is our
mine. I have to
spring
bleach mine.
break week, and like
Oh, that
it's freezing
sucks.
outside. So I'm like, go outside and play, kids. And they come back in like rosy cheeked, and I'm freezing. I'm like, go play. But no. So I can't wash fleece outside, or let them dry outside rather, which is sad.
They would.
But
I do also want to wash fleece, so maybe I'll do that for. I have a newt coming up, so I guess I should wash fleece. I should plan on it, like rewashing all my fleece, and then I'd have to card some and then spin some, right?
You have to spin at least. Well, I think it's at
I think
least
it's like a
six
pound and a
six
half.
ounces.
That's owl.
Is it? Oh
I think it's like a pound for a newt.
no, you have to process a pound and a half at least, and
Oh, okay.
spin at least
And I
six
should know
ounces.
this because I'm a newt mistress. I don't have them all memorized. I read them every term.
Um,
Like when the things come out, I go through and read them all.
well, I just re-went through them again, to familiarize myself with things. But yeah. So fleeces, I have it on the brain.
Okay, I'm gonna talk now.
Go ahead.
You can think about fleeces. I'm gonna talk about first the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Show, then the Homespun Yarn Party. So
I'm
Pittsburgh Knit and
jealous.
Crochet Show, that was our anniversary weekend that we celebrated. Our anniversary weekend. And I also consigned some bags with Dawn Craig of Fairy Tale Knits.
Very cool.
She has some pretty yarn. You should go check it out. So, anniversary weekend, birthday money spending, because I had to wait. So I got this Gwen Erin one, which I already showed you. And I also got, this is also birthday, another Gwen Erin. Now this one's BFL, and it's called Neptune.
Very cool.
From Gwen Erin. Also green. I was in a green mood.
When are you not?
I know. So I got that. Then I went and okay, so you know when you go to a fiber festival or yarn place, you walk around once and then you come back around and buy everything. So I did that. I scoped it out, walked around and bought everything. A little bit too much. Not too much, but like over my birthday money budget. But Andy was like, okay. So I was like, sweet. So anyways, because I think he felt bad that we had to wait, till March for my birthday when it's in January. So then I scoped out this one Wild Hair Fiber Studio.
That's pretty.
And she had these gradients. So this one's like brown to black gradient. I'm like holding it like this so you can see it. So I got that one. And then there's this one.
Rainbow.
Pink to black.
Very cool.
Pretty, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is spin them. And then ply them together.
That's going to be really cool.
It's going to be totally awesome. I think, at least.
I think so too.
So that's what I was doing. And I picked the pink rainbow instead of the red rainbow because I'm more of a pink person, not a red person. I don't really like red. Or orange. But whatever. So I got those. Then I was walking around and I saw Wandering Wool. That's Wandering Wool. She's a fat fiber contributor.
Oh, cool.
And I know her through fat fiber. So I got this. She has these.
Pretty.
This is called the Great Barrier Reef. Now it's 75-25 superwash merino nylon. So how she dyed it is so you knit from the middle and you knit from this end 2 socks at a time, and they will match. So it goes from blue to like a tealy blue to a green, and they'll like gradient changes. So she dyes it and then skeins it so that you can knit from both ends and get matching socks.
That's awesome.
How awesome is that?
Very cool.
Totally
That's kind of
awesome.
like how I did the spinning thing to ply them together, only she doesn't ply them, you make separate socks. But that's cool.
Yeah, so I had to get that.
Very fun.
So then when we came home from the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Show, I got this in the mail.
Cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Very
now,
cool.
they're Poonie style Rolex. Is that how you say it? Puni? Or is it Punin?
Yes, Poonie.
Puni. Okay. And they're merino, firestar, and bamboo. And they're green. From this great new shop called Naturally Nitty's Fluffy Stuff. It's not new. It's just being restocked.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to spin them. They're very pretty. And I'm like in love with the color.
They're pretty.
Ooh, they smell good too.
As you shove it up your nose.
Yes. It's my mustache. I'm like the Lorax.
It's like handlebar.
And then I also got my ply.
I got mine too. I forgot to bring it down.
Now, these bugs creep the heck out of me.
I don't think I looked at the back. Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
That's a little freaky. Stop.
But there's like close-up pictures. Like I like
Silk?
this magazine and I like Silk, but I really don't like bugs. And there's like pictures of bugs in here and it totally creeped the crap out of me.
I haven't looked through it too well yet.
Like this guy, he's just walking around with leaves with bugs on it.
Hey,
and they took pictures.
If you like bugs.
I guess Madison would be all over it, but it's just, they're kind of gross. But I mean, it's cool to like learn how they do the stuff. But like, then there's like these bugs. And they're like the grubby worm grossness. Ugh. I think I'm just traumatized from when Dad would take us fishing and make us put worms on hooks. It was just gross. And they smelled bad, and it was just totally gross.
See, I wasn't bothered by it.
So then, I don't like that stuff. It's gross. It is.
I'm sorry.
So, this last weekend was the Homespun Yarn Party, which was the big show because I had my own booth and everything was riding on my own self. I had no yarn to carry me. And so it was a lot of pressure. So that's what I've been mainly sewing for this whole past month. And so we got in the day before, and then Uncle Robbie took us out to this really nice Cajun restaurant.
Ooh, cool.
It was really good. And we got to meet his fiance, and she's really nice.
Very cool.
And then I couldn't sleep because I had crazy dreams. So we're at the hotel, and I had this like dream, like we got in and we set up, and I forgot half of the stuff. And then I had a dream where we went in and we were setting up and we were in the wrong spot. It was just crazy. So I couldn't get up. So I ended up getting up at like 6 in the morning and taking a shower and getting ready for the day. And then we didn't have to be there till like 10 or so.
Nice.
So then we went over there and we got set up. And then the Homespun Yarn Party is like, they have it in a room, so they only let a certain amount of people in at a time because they can't go over like fire code stuff. So there's usually like a queue out in the hallway waiting to get in. Okay. And as people come out, they let more people in.
That's cool. So it doesn't get like overcrowded.
Crazy. No, it's totally crazy.
Oh.
Like people would come and like wait in line to get into the booths. Like it was that crazy. Like so busy that I didn't get to go check out any of the other stores until like 4:30ish.
Wow.
I know. So, you know me, I wanted to check out Gourmet Stash. So I did. And, I mean, I checked out some of the other stuff, but I really wanted to go, and I was going to get some of her Poonies.
Yeah.
And I, just kind of wanted to meet her because I follow her on Instagram and I watch all the stuff. But when I got there, they are called Shrewd Slytherin. They're a limited edition fibery tribble.
I saw those on Instagram.
Yeah, I did too. And then I turned around and I saw them. And I was going to get this like Lucky Charm or Lucky something Poonie that she had. And I saw these and I was like, never mind. And I got these instead.
Very cool.
But look how pretty they are.
They are pretty.
So they're,
Just little like bat-like type things or what?
Yeah, they're like little bats. Here, I'll open this one up. And then I got to meet her and talk with her, and she's super nice.
Very cool.
And she had Vintage Rose was her booth buddy there, and she was super nice as well. But let me tell you what the fiber content is of these before I stop talking. There's yak, superfine merino, bamboo, tussa silk, and Angelina. So it's pretty. So that's the only purchase I made this past weekend. Like I didn't have time really to not.
It's very
Look at
pretty.
that. It is beautiful. I almost started spinning this today. Okay, so I'm done. Oh, okay, so nothing to do with fiber or anything. Andy has like stuff. And he has like books and magazines, like baseball magazines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the cat, like, if anything's on the floor, the cat will lay on it because it's on the floor and that's the only spot that he wants to lay on is a spot that's occupied by something else.
Right.
So he like lays on. I don't know how she makes them little tribbles. Anyways, he like lays on Andy's like magazines and stuff, and Andy's like, I'm always getting hair on these. He's just like, do we have any magazine holders? And I was like, no, but I saw on Pinterest you can make them from like an old shipping carton. So I went and I got a shipping carton and I made him some magazine holders.
Very cool.
Just today. And then I Mod Podged like scrapbooking paper on them.
Very
Manly
cool.
like shapes, not flowers. So that's all. I'm done randoming.
Very cool.
How about you?
I don't know. I think
So you've been making lots of Rolex. How many more have you made?
um
Lots.
I think I have like maybe 10 different colorways to put up, which there will
Cool.
be.
Wait, have you done an update already? Like who
No,
told
not
me?
yet.
No one? Okay.
I wanted to like get a good amount so I could like fill it up.
Cool.
Um but yeah, so I've just been doing that. I mean, I only make like a couple a day, or not a couple, but like a batch or two a day. Um but no, we had Leah's birthday. She turned 9.
I know. I
It
saw
was fun.
the cake in the
I think I
pictures.
made like the best cake ever.
It was really cool looking, and it made me hungry for cake.
The frosting, like sometimes frosting, I don't know, people everyone's different about frosting. Sometimes though, it's just so sweet and like people don't eat it. Well, I've had like this one like fluffy-ish kind of frosting that was still sweet. So I went looking on Pinterest and I forget what it's called, but I pinned it. But basically you take milk and flour and you cook it and like whisk it the whole time till it gets thick, and then you have to let that cool down, and then you beat like sugar, granulated sugar, not powdered sugar, sugar and butter together, and you whip that till that gets really like light and fluffy, and then you put the two things together and whip it up, and it's like this like fluffy yet sweet but not too sweet type thing. It was really good. It was like super buttery too.
It sounds kind of like, is that the royal icing?
No, royal icing is basically just powdered sugar. No,
Oh, I thought that was buttercream.
buttercream is when you do just butter and powdered sugar. Royal,
Well, that's
shoot,
why I thought you cooked the royal.
maybe you do. I don't know if I made that right.
Whatever, it sounds good.
It was good.
Not that I'm like a cake decorator person because every time I try to, it doesn't work.
Oh, it was hard to decorate, like, because putting it in a piping bag, then it starts like melting in your hand, and it was just whatever. But she wanted a purple cake with pink polka dots on it and her name. So I said,
I
okay.
saw that.
That's
It
better than
makes
the
me
year
hungry for cake.
before when I had to put a
Big
horse
time.
on it. um, but no, so that was fun. Um, yeah, it's spring break, so kids are home and crazy. but it's fun. I think we might go
Our
bowling
spring
tomorrow.
is That's cool. And then I'm like reading your
Oh,
notes.
I forget what I even
Sorry,
said.
I am still kind of out of it. When you have a show like that, it takes so much out of you.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sure.
seriously, today we slept in until 10 o'clock.
Oh,
10 a freaking clock.
that's nice. Um, I got to go visit Katie last weekend, so that was
Oh,
nice.
cool. How did that go?
It was good. I shipped the girls out to Joe's mom's, and then the boys off to a friend's house so that Joe didn't have to worry about them, which turned out good because he was not feeling well the whole time. So,
Oh, no.
I mean, he still had to work, but then he could come home and just sleep or
Yeah.
relax and not have to deal with children. But no, it was fun. I went up and I drove. Like, I don't mind driving. This is what I like came to the conclusion. I don't mind driving on the highway if I can just drive. When I have to drive to somewhere and like get to a specific place, it like stresses me out. I hate driving.
That's
Anyways.
kind of funny because if you're driving, you're usually driving somewhere.
No, like if you could just like drive. Like it's not like the highway scares me, but like I don't know. I get all like anxious and like don't know if I'm going the right place. But luckily, I had gone up with her a couple times when she was moving. Don't laugh. So I like could see the way that we were going, so I drove up all by myself and I felt very proud of
That's
me.
cool.
No, shut up. It was fun. We just hung out.
Uh,
We didn't do much, and then we went and visited Fauna and Green Bay. I went to Panera for the first time ever, and it was
I
so
can't
good.
believe my favorite thing at Panera is the French onion soup in a
Ooh.
bread bowl.
I got the cheddar and
But
broccoli soup, and then a sandwich,
yeah,
and
that's
it was
nice
good.
too.
But no, that was cool.
Their tomato soup is okay too.
I'm mad we don't have one here, but that's okay. Not that I need to go out
I
to eat
can't
all that
believe that
much.
we actually have one and you don't.
Yeah,
And
that
you
is
guys
kind
have
of
a Target.
strange. But yeah. So I don't know. That's about it.
Oh, I
Not
forgot to
very
talk
fun.
about this. So, last weekend, the Homespun Yard Party is held in a place called Savage Mills. It's an old mill, like a wool mill.
Ooh.
They converted into like a shopping mall plaza thing. And there's like antique stores, there's a noni yarn store,
Okay.
like the noni purses and stuff. She has a store there. Um, but it's not open on the weekends. There's a bakery, there's a tavern, like a there's like a grill, there's all kinds of stuff. But then they have like the room that they have the homespun yarn party in is like a banquet area.
Okay.
There's also a used bookstore. So I took Andy there Saturday night so we could like scope out the place so he knew what he was getting into, you know,
Yeah. Did he like
just
sit with
because
you, or did he like go off by
yeah,
himself?
he helped me. He was my cash man. Like
Okay.
I made him do all the cash transactions and
Nice.
I did all the credit card transactions.
Cool.
Yeah, so he helped me. Um, but we scoped out the place. So we went into this bookstore and it was like amazing bookstore. And it was like small. And you know me and bookstores, I could stand there in them forever and ever and ever. But it was like old school bookstores, so you like walk in and then you could go around and then you walk in. It was like because it was small, so they had like
A
it was kind of
maze.
like a maze.
A labyrinth.
It was it of books, and they had like movie CDs and stuff. So we're looking through, and I'm always looking for Tolkien's others books because I have his Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit, but
Hmm.
I'm always looking for his other books so I can like read more. So they had this one for like $1 or
Very
two, I
cool.
forget. So I got it, and then as we're getting ready to check out, they had every like they had everything, all kinds of books. So then they had this. This is a TV series that they had for like two TV series on Fox, like back in 2000, 2001
Cool.
ish time. And it's like it's like totally sci-fi. But they had it for really cheap, this whole series, the first one, so I bought it. So I just have to get the second series from Amazon. Like it was cheaper than I could have gotten it through Amazon.
Right.
So I was excited.
That's cool.
And it was a series that I watched when Andy was back. The library in Germany had like movies you could borrow to watch, and they had that, and I borrowed the series and watched it, and I really liked it because it was like sci-fi. It is not like sci-fi. It is because they're like genetically engineered people. Anyways, anyway, so I was excited because we found it, but like the bookstore, and Andy got this Alexander the Great book and some baseball things he was all excited about. So
Very cool.
it was good. A good. I like finding used bookstores like that, and it wasn't like some used bookstores you go into and they smell musty. I don't know if anyone else has had this experience, if they even like used bookstores. But some used bookstores you go into and they smell musty like a basement dungeon, and it's horrible because then your books smell like that. And I'm big about smell. Like I'm on paperback swap, and I put on there I don't want books from like a heavy smoked house, because if they're heavy smokers, the books smell smoke, and it bothers me when I'm reading them because then paper holds the smells, and
Yeah.
if it's mildewy, ugh. Okay.
You're fine.
Anyways, but it was a good bookstore. It didn't smell like that. It just smelled like books.
I went to a bookstore last weekend too.
Cool. What kind of bookstore?
Barnes and Nobles.
Oh.
It's not used. But, like, part of me is like, I kind of wish I read. Because there's cool stuff. But I don't. So I didn't. So we're walking around and looking at stuff. And all of a sudden I turn. And there's, like, a whole wall of Doctor Who stuff. And I swear, like, I was like, oh! It, like, made some, like, crazy noise. And Katie made so much fun of me. And then there's, like, someone in the
That's
aisle
funny.
that kind of, like, But it was cool. I was like, I've never seen this much stuff in person. It was very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't buy anything though because I've been good, but it was exciting nonetheless. And I was like, I need to come to this store more often. But
those are fun stores. We can't go into those stores because we like drop at least a couple hundred. Because I like books and Andy like books,
yeah,
and Madison likes books.
they're pricey.
And they're pricey. That's why we go to used bookstores.
Yeah.
So okay, we're just some more. So catching up because we haven't talked for 2 weeks.
I know. It's been crazy.
It's been super crazy. Super crazy. Oh, Homespun Yard Party was awesome. I met so many people. Mostly, like half of my Watermox nest.
That's awesome.
Who are awesome came. And then I met Hazel, who we've been trying to like do a meetup for like ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I met her. Out a bunch of people. It was so much fun. And I, of course, forgot to take pictures of half of the people, but some I did. And I think I Instagrammed them all. I might have forgotten. Like today I was catching up on my Instagram pictures, like, oh, this is what I got last weekend. Because I forgot, I just didn't have time between last week and this week to do anything. Like yesterday, seriously, I did inventory and then I just sat on the couch and like knit and I like zoned out. Then today, I turned in some classes and like made lunch and started laundry, but then I just zoned out. I've been zoning out. Like I'm so.
Well, you've been like go for like a month or so now.
Yeah, and funny story, like last week we didn't podcast last Tuesday because I got like super sick.
Yeah.
Like my eyes were running, like tearing, and my nose was sneezy. And like you can still tell I have a little bit of a cold, but it was like really bad and I was like, I can't be sick. So like last Tuesday I like went to bed at like 9. Like I don't go to bed at 9, but I did. And I slept until like 8 the next morning, I think. Like I was that tired, like I just slept. But I like woke up a couple of times and I was like, one time I was hot and the next time I was freezing. I had like 50 layers on. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Not funny, but you know, obviously I was going through something. But then I like got better like super fast. Like I didn't want to like touch anything. Like the next day I was like putting on that waterless hand cleaner every time I like sneezed or coughed because I was like, I cannot get sick.
That's funny.
And I was drinking like tons of vitamin C and
Well,
But I got better fast, so it was good.
good.
Okay, so yeah.
With that, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for
Yep.
watching.
Bye.
Bye.